Hi, I'm Kelly Rosa, a registered dietitian and scientific advisor for Health for Nutrition. We're actually here today with Bob Capelli, who is a renowned author and expert on Astaxanthin.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Bob.
So, I don't know if I'm a renowned author, but I've written 3 books on Astaxanthin, and I've been working with it for 18 years. It's really a remarkable product, and what's really fantastic about it as compared to a lot of other nutritional products is my last book I wrote on it just came out last year. It's called The Supplement You Can Feel, because approximately 80% of people, when you take an astaxanthin capsule in your body and you got to take it for about a month and a half or so. It takes a little while to start working. But about 80% of people can actually feel it working in one or more ways in their bodies. And that's really different than most supplements. Most supplements we take just because we think that they're helping prevent diseases. We think that they're, you take a multivitamin, and it's all well and good, but to be able to actually feel it working.
So what is that feeling that it feels like?
Well, it depends on the person. I can tell you my own personal experience. The reason why I'm working with this product now for almost 18 years is because when it first came out, which is about 20 years ago, I started taking it. I was working already in the nutritional supplement industry, but not specifically with astaxanthin, just general supplement products. But I heard about this as being the world's strongest antioxidant, and so I know how important fighting oxidation is. So I started taking it as an antioxidant, and before there was even any clinical research proving this, it took away. I was having a lot of knee problems. When I play basketball, that's my sport, and the morning after basketball, I could barely walk. In the morning when I got out of bed because my knees were so, just achy, creaky. And after a month of taking astaxanthin with no clinical research, my knees got better. And I went off. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, but I went off with it. But I stopped taking it a little while after that. And sure enough, within a month or 2 after I went off it, the knee pain came back. So I knew that was it. Now I've been taking it ever since then. I'm now 59 years old, still playing basketball 2 or 3 times a week, no knee problems.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's really great for inflammation then.
Absolutely. Very. It's been tested in many different clinical trials to help fight silent inflammation, which is, well, you know what that
cardiac
is, right?
killers.
Cardiac, yes. The root cause of so many life-threatening illnesses and debilitating conditions. But also to help with painful problems caused by inflammation as well. There's been studies on rheumatoid arthritis, carpal tunnel syndrome, tendinitis, guys playing tennis and getting tennis elbow, all sorts of benefits for people, anyone suffering from
That sounds amazing. I mean, I hear it's also great for your brain, for cognition.
Yeah, there's been several studies showing that it helps prevent a lot of the negative impacts on the brain of aging. And then recently we did a study on our own astaxanthin. Our brand is called Astazine, and we tested it for psychological health. We found that it decreased depression by 57%.
Wow.
Decreased mental fatigue by 36%. Helped increase overall global mood state, which is just how do you feel psychologically. Increased that by 11% in just 2 months.
No wonder they say it's a supplement you can feel.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot more than that. Energy. Any athlete that wants an edge should take astaxanthin. There was a study sponsored by Gatorade, and they took competitive cyclists. These are guys, not just your average weekend athlete. These are highly trained competitive cyclists, and they gave them astaxanthin just for 1 month. And after a month, they were 5% faster in their time trials, and they had 15% higher power output in their legs. So I heard this, this study. I said, well, any serious athlete, say if you're an Olympic athlete and you can't even get a medal, 5% faster, you're going to go from not even on the medal stand to gold. So
I imagine all those Olympic athletes are probably taking astaxanthin at this point.
They should be. Yeah, it's taken a while to catch on, but especially in the triathlete community, the people doing the run, bike, swim. Most of those people are taking it right now and getting great results. So, not just for athletes, but for anybody that needs a little bit extra energy, it works on the mitochondria of the cells, which is the energy powerhouse in our cells. And that's what gives you this extra endurance and energy to, either for an athlete to get to a much better performance level, or for just a regular person to work harder on the weekend around the yard.
That's amazing. Does it have any other benefits? I'm sure there are.
Yeah, there's 10 different areas where it's been actually clinically validated with at least, in each of these areas, there's 5 different studies. So we talked about brain. Eye health does a lot of different things for the eyes. Helps improve the ability to see fine detail. They call that visual acuity. Helps with depth perception, helps with focus. It's called eye accommodation, the ability of the eye. As you're looking, say, close here, then you look up farther away. That's called accommodation, helps improve that. Helps fight, this is key for people nowadays that are using the computers and cell phones all day long, helps fight eye fatigue and eye strain. So that's what's caused if you're using computers usually for more than 2 or 3 hours a day. Your eyes start getting tired, you start having trouble focusing. You can get blurred vision, double vision. Helps with all, helps improve blood flow to the retina. I mean, so many things for the eyes. Athletes we talked about. Also skin health. This is another of its biggest benefits. You take a capsule internally, within a month it helps reduce wrinkles, helps improve skin moisture and skin elasticity. So, it helps with immunity. I mean, I don't want to sound like a snake oil, but all of these, again, at least 5 different human clinical studies, and some has dozens.
That's great validation, though, for the product itself. But what about your company, Astazine? What is different about Astazine compared to other astaxanthins on the market?
Well, this is why I love your company, Health and Nutrition, because you guys, you source the marketplace and you find out which are the leading suppliers, the ones that have clinical research on their products, the ones that have the top quality, and that's what you use in your formulas. And that's why we like to associate ourselves. That's why I'm here today talking with you, because we want to associate with these top brands like Health through Nutrition. Now, what our astaxanthin does is a little different from others is that we use a glass tube system. It comes from an algae. The algae grows in glass tubes, prevents contamination, but still lets the photosynthesis from the sunlight come in. So this is the best growing system, and the result of that is we have the world's purest astaxanthin. We're hitting 97% purity in our, it's called the carotenoid fraction. That's the measure of how much astaxanthin is in the active substances. Other brands, some are doing 95%, a little bit less than this. Some are doing in the 80s. So we're getting a pure product. And frankly, where we grow, it makes a big difference. We're growing it. We're using Himalaya waters. It's down like near Tibet, and it's using the water from the Himalaya mountains.
Doesn't get much more pure than that.
No, and that's right. And it's growing at a 7,500 foot altitude, which is a perfect climate. Not too hot, not too cold, and plenty of sunshine, over 300 days a year of sun.
That's amazing. Now, in the glass tube, I imagine it's a closed system, so bacteria from the outside environment can't get in?
Foreign algae can't get in, bacteria can't get in, protozoa, amoebas, all sorts of stuff that invades these open pond systems that some of the producers use. They can't get into these systems.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for enlightening myself as well as our customers on Astazine, astaxanthin.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. You remind me to take my supplements today.
Good.